I have a question for you guys. Let's take two different kinds of people that want to lose weight. Number one wants to lose weight by decreasing the amount of calories they take in by 500 a day so they can lose a pound a week. Person B wants to decrease their calorie intake or burn their extra calories by expending 500 extra calories per week. Which person will ultimately burn fat faster and longer? There's a correct answer to this, but I want to make sure that I teach you guys why this is. We all know that if we want to lose weight, we need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, what kind of calorie deficit should we be in? You ever wonder why it's so easy to lose weight fast at first, but then it becomes so hard to do? It's because once you do lose that initial weight, your caloric expenditure ends up decreasing. It has to do with your basal metabolic rate. There's a lot of scientific mumbo jumbo, but basically as you lose weight, you expend less calories because it takes less calories to move your smaller body frame. So that is why when you first start, you're doing activity, you're decreasing your caloric intake, your body is adjusting to your heavier body. But once you lose weight, it becomes harder to do if you maintain the same kind of diet, because you're gonna end up needing to decrease your caloric intake by more or increase your energy expenditure by more. The most efficient way to lose weight is to expend the extra 500 calories per day. Because as you decrease your caloric intake, you will need to gradually decrease your caloric intake more and more and more as you lose weight. Ultimately, that affects your hormones and it affects your energy output. And you're not able to expend energy and you'll become more tired, your metabolism slows down, and you will gain the weight back. However, if you increase your expenditure, you're able to keep that weight off, you're able to have sustainable energy, and you're able to work out consistently and stay more fit. So it is definitely more beneficial to expend 500 calories more than it is to decrease 500 calories on your diet. I had a question for you in the beginning, having two choices. Now I have three choices. What do you think is the most important thing for you to work on in order to have a sustainable weight loss and fit life? Is it number one, your nutrition, number two, your exercise, or number three, your ADL, which is your activities of daily living? Well, if you said number two, you're way off, because you cannot exercise, you cannot out-exercise, you cannot out-crunch a bad diet. So keep that in mind. Number two is not necessarily the most important. If you said number one, yes, nutrition is very important, but it is not the most important, because if you decrease your caloric intake, you focus on everything that is healthy, but you do not have proper movement and proper daily activity, you will decrease your overall energy and your life will ultimately become a mess, because you will not have that healthy lifestyle background and or motivation, and you will lose your hormones' ability to increase your movement and decrease that fat. So the most important of those three is to increase your ADL, or have a better ADL, which is your activities of daily living. Now, what does this mean? This means that you guys increase the amount of steps. You have at least 10,000 steps a day. You get up and you get moving. You walk around, take your kids out to play. You do things like that each day, so that way you're constantly burning calories and expending calories, kind of like a passive income is for your salary stream. This is like your passive income for your calories burned. Here's one thing to consider. 2,000 steps in your day burns about 100 calories. So if you consistently get 10,000 steps, that's gonna burn you 500 calories. So that is your 500 calories right off the bat. 500 calories burned each day for just getting 10,000 steps. I know I say just, but it is possible. And if you make it a habit, you make it something that you change your lifestyle, it becomes easy, especially once you get a nice rhythm going. Now, the most effective way that you guys can lose weight and keep it off and be fit is, as you decrease the weight on your body, you increase the weight that you're carrying. I know it's pretty hard to do, and it's something that's not the most realistic, but somebody actually achieved this and studied it. So there was a bodybuilder who wanted to get as lean as possible, and he purchased a weight vest. And for every pound that he lost, he added a pound back to the vest. This simulates his original weight. And what I talked about in the beginning of the video is as you decrease your overall weight, your energy expenditure also decreases and your calories have to be taken in as far as less. But if you go back to your starting weight by increasing the weight on a weight vest and doing your 10,000 steps, you're gonna burn those extra calories even more. And that'll give you a consistent burn where you will not slow down your overall weight loss. Walking with a weighted vest and increasing 1 pound on that vest for every pound that you lose is the most effective way that you guys can do in order to increase your fitness level. Try it out, let me know how it goes.